Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March 23rd Lebanon Board of Works meeting. First order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, the roll, please.
Yes. Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure.
Present.
Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
Alan Milburn.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay, and do we have
We have
minutes?
minutes
Yep.
from,
So minutes from February 9th, February 23rd, and then also March 9th. Any changes to those minutes? There's no motion to approve.
Motion we approve.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. All right, on to department head reports. First up, the Police Department, Chief Morgan.
Good evening, board members. Since our last meeting, the Lebanon Police Department has responded to 1,026 calls for service. A total of 22 people were arrested for the following crimes: 7 for operating while intoxicated, 4 were wanted on a warrant, 3 for intimidation, 2 for possession of meth, 2 for possession of marijuana, 1 for possession of a controlled substance, 1 for driving while suspended, 1 for theft, 1 for reckless driving. In that same time frame, LPD took 36 crash reports and sent 2 handgun permits off to the state for final approval. On March 12th, officers attended a firearms training course focused on low-light environments. The training covered various flashlight techniques and proper threat identification. Emphasis was placed on maintaining accuracy and situational awareness in reduced visibility scenarios. This took place at the Brownsburg Training Facility. March 19th to the 21st, Officer David Bell attended a 3-day critical incident stress management course. The training focused on crisis intervention techniques for both individual and group settings, including stress management and conducting critical incident debriefs following traumatic events. That was at the jail where they took that course. March 20th, Officer Parker Newman attended the Beyond the Arrest training course, which focused on lawful encounters and arrest techniques involving pedestrians and motor vehicle occupants. Instruction was based on current case law with a strong emphasis on officer safety and effective decision-making during field interactions. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief from the board? From the public? Okay, with that, thank you, sir. Next, we'll move on to Fire Department, Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has responded to 167 emergency calls for service, logged 485 training hours, conducted 3 CPR certification classes, installed and inspected 2 car seats, completed 62 commercial inspections, participated in 4 TAC meetings, and assisted with 2 public education events. Off-site training, firefighter Rafe Crow completed the state certification training for driver operator for a pumper truck. Captain Sam Doherty and Deputy Chief Matt Young completed the state certification for Inspector 1. This week, LFD firefighters are completing their annual work performance evaluations. The WPE is a timed physical aptitude test firefighters must complete 1 time every year. We also use it as a return to work metric for an extended injury or illness. Last Friday, during the tornado siren testing, we found a faulty siren in the area of the Little League Park and Lebanon High School. And we contacted Adams Electric, and they're currently troubleshooting that, wanting to get it back online as soon as possible. This week, the Boone County Training Tower is going through major renovations. Last year, I contacted the LEPC and applied for a $20,000 grant to be used for the training tower, and they obliged and did that for us. So tomorrow, we are meeting representatives from Zohr's Towing, and we're going to remove some old containers and put new containers in. They've been prefabbed at ATP Welding. Myself, along with Deputy Chiefs Hendricks and Young, are going to assist with doing that. Should be a one-day project. We're also refurbing the Phase 1 flashover chamber. And I just wanted to bring public notice to Zohr's Towing. They're a great community partner for us. Every time that we've reached out to them, they've been more than willing to assist. They're bringing personnel and their equipment free of charge. And that's really special. And we appreciate their contributions to the city and our department. That's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next will be Parks and Recreation. Nope, I don't see John. Planning or Engineering Department then, Kevin Krulik.
Thank you. Good evening. Project updates from around the city. Just a quick update on the State Road 39 bridge inspection. We're due for that this year and probably looking about 2 weeks out, mid-April. That will be happening. It'll happen overnight as usual, so there will be some lane shifts and lane closures. But we had to delay this a little bit because NDOT has some new noticing requirements on that one. So really, we were hoping it would be next week. It's going to be another 2 weeks out. Citywide lighting, lots of good things happening there. I mentioned last time we've been meeting with our consultants at ESG and Lebanon Utilities. We're sharing billing information there so that they can begin to develop some reports on what accurate expenses go into maintaining lights throughout the city and to better put together those policies and procedures. I've also supplied ESG with contact information from local electricians, historic supply vendors that we have used, so they can use them as they go into the bidding process in the next couple of weeks. Grant Street Phase 2, getting ready just around the corner to start that up. We had a meeting on Friday. Well, the contractors had a meeting on Friday with the folks at New Jack or North Mechanical. North Mechanical is the parent company, on using some of their facility over there on Grant Street for staging of materials and staging of a construction trailer. Signs have now been installed. That construction will begin on or after April 1st, and that is still the plan. So more to come in the coming weeks. By the time we have our next meeting here, we should be under construction. Elizaville and Elm Swamp Road, that reconstruction of that intersection to make those temporary improvements permanent is underway. Last week, they really came in and saw cut pavement, removed some pavement, getting ready to pour concrete. That concrete pour should be this week. Nothing happened today, though, with the colder temperatures, but it will happen this week, hopefully. Backing up here. Witt Road from Lafayette Avenue up to Austin Drive. Happy to report that all parcels have now been acquired. All deeds have now been recorded as of Friday. So we're all set to move forward with the next phase of finalizing construction documents, adding in the water reconstruction, and getting those plans to bidding, which is scheduled for October 7th. And we'll see probably utility relocations going on through the fall and into the winter and early spring, and then construction probably similar to Grant Street, really tipping off around April 1st next year. Downtown Phase 2 study, we received a final draft on Friday. Haven't had a whole lot of chance to spend time with that, but that is in our hands now. We'll be conducting another committee review of that draft before we come back to council for a presentation on the expansion of the downtown redevelopment project. 180 makeover projects. Just one quick update. It's my understanding now that the Eichmann building does have its state design release. So hopefully we'll see construction beginning to progress further than demolition, which is all they've been able to do the last couple weeks. Park projects. The old street garage, the West Side Park. We are getting ready to have our first design committee meeting on April 2nd. And then those will continue on a biweekly basis until we finalize the scoping period. And hopefully after the end of the scoping period, we'd be coming back to council for an approval of a BOT agreement on that. Abner Longley Park Perimeter Path Phase 2, Ace Paving is set up to do that after they wrap up the work on Elizaville and Elm Swamp. Probably mid-April, they'd be back into Abner Longley Park looking at that perimeter trail. The renovations to the storage building are also going forward. Overhead doors are complete. And overhead door framing, is all complete. Doors are scheduled to be going in a couple of days here. Metal work for the siding and the roof is scheduled to begin later this week. LPD projects, existing headquarters building, waiting on some water tests to come back, but we've already got work getting ready to get started on repairing some roof leaks and replacing some damaged ceiling tiles. So just some real minor projects there, but those are moving forward. Also, duct cleaning is moving forward as well. Fire department project, jumping up to over to Station 213. The CMU, the concrete block tower for the stair tower, the elevators, that is all complete at this point. And work continues with electrical rough-in, and sheeting installation on all the metal framing is also continuing. So definitely well into vertical construction there. Exciting to see that beginning to take shape and see the final form of the station emerge. DPW projects, Indianapolis Avenue lighting replacements. Setco is planning to begin installing the last remaining, actually 3 of the 4 last remaining replacements. We had another one hit, so that's why there will be one that will still be dragging out there.
Not another one since last meeting, though, right? Just
Not another one since the last
just-
meeting.
okay.
Sorry. Yes, I think I did give that update at the last meeting. So, and though that additional light that is needed is already ordered as part of the 32 West project. So we're actually ordering, I believe, 5 additional lights, so that we'll have some more storage there, or some more lights in storage. And that's really all the updates I have for you at this time. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Hey, Kevin, any questions from the board?
Thank you.
Public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next will be Planning Department, Christy Spencer.
Since the last March 9th meeting, the building inspectors have completed 93 building inspections. We've issued 63 building permits from residential to commercial, new construction, plumbing, electrical, roofing, fencing, improvement location permits, signage. We're seeing some temporary use permits requested. People are starting to put up vendors and things now that the weather's changing. Additionally, planning staff is preparing for an April 6th Board of Zoning Appeals. We'll have 3 applications at that meeting that we've been working with. The first is America's Home Place. They need to request development standard variance for landscape corridor buffer. They're planning to put in a new sales office and model homes, 203 Birchwood Drive. And we also have the Lebanon Utilities. They're requesting a couple setback variances for additions to their existing facility at 700 West Chicago Street. Additionally, we have a house on Whit Road. With the Whit Road project, they need to relocate their fence, and as such, they need to seek a variance to make that conforming to our standards. Since the last meeting, we've had 97 code enforcement activities and 39 new activities. Weather gets nice, we're getting some trash debris, permit violations, parking violations, unsafe structures that we're working on. That's all I have.
Hey, Christy, any questions for Christy from the board? The public? Okay, thank you, sir. I don't see Public Works, I don't see Communications, so I think that concludes department head reports. Move on to old business. Nothing on my agenda from old business, anything from the board? Okay, new business then. First item up is a street closure request for the Megan Hammerly 5K run. Matt Wilson. Look at it for you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good evening. Matt Wilson with Boone County Mentoring Partnership. every year for the last several years, we've been hosting the,
Matt, you might actually need to hit the power button if it's not on.
Just a second.
Well, there you go. Operator error.
Right in
Okay,
front
there
of
we go. No worries. All right, continue. Go ahead, sir.
yeah. For the last several years, we've used the Megan Hammerly Memorial 5K as a fundraising event after it was gifted to us by the Hammerly family. And this year, we've changed the route a bit. And will this
Oh, he's
automatically?
coming back to help you.
Okay. In a moment, you'll be able to see the revised route for this year.
What's the date for it, Matt?
It is Saturday, May 9th, and the run will begin right at 9 a.m. And this year, we're starting in the park, the Memorial Park, and it'll be finishing up at Memorial Park. We wanted to move it away from the high school and middle school due to the ongoing construction that has been occurring. And just to do a little bit of scenery change and utilize a little bit more of the city.
While we're working on that, can you kind of explain the route you're proposing?
So yeah, we'll start in the near the pool area, and then exit to the park and go down Outer Drive towards the school, and then down to Tiger Way, and then head west on Tiger Way to East Street, down East Street to Washington Street, and then just go a block where they will turn and go north on Meridian Street up until Tiger Way, where there'll be a short jog back to East Street so we can enter the park at East Street from East Street and then finish up through the park.
And rolling closure for that, I assume, not a full closure?
Yeah, I think a rolling closure, something similar to what the Boys and Girls Club did in the fall for their Gravy Chase.
Okay.
I believe that there was a rolling closure there.
Yep.
So.
Any questions or concerns with that from the board? How do people sign up for it?
People will be able to sign up for it through our website. We've had some snafus with the link for live sign up, but we're getting that corrected, and so that should be very active this week. So people can go to our website or visit our Facebook page or the Megan Hammerly Facebook page, and we'd love to have as many people sign up. It's not a competitive run. So many people walk it and bring their family along and just enjoy supporting our organization while honoring the memory of Megan. So,
Questions for Matt from the board? Okay, entertain a motion then to approve the closure request as presented for the Megan Hammerly 5K run.
I make a motion, we approve the street closure as requested.
Motion, is there a second? Second from Alan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you, Matt.
thank you.
Sorry the IT didn't work on you, but you did a good job explaining it anyway. Okay, next item up, this is an agreement with Boone County concerning the fire training facility. Rob, this has been something you've been working on?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, Board. And if the chief has anything to add, this is just documenting an agreement with the Lebanon Fire Department and the county commissioners, allowing for the fire department to use the facility for training ground purposes for very nominal consideration of paying for essentially the gas that's needed in the buildings and just papering it. You have the agreement as well as the exhibit. It's just north of the jail, and that's an Exhibit A, the description, the parcel number, and then there's a little map that we put in here as well. It's to be renewed annually. And I don't know, Chief, I guess I did get confirmation the county commissioners approved it earlier today. So
Yes.
anything else from your standpoint?
No. Just, this memorializes a gentleman's agreement we have been using for about 15 years. And it was just time to put it to paper. And Rob and Beth worked together and now we have it.
Any questions or concerns with the proposed agreement? Okay, we don't necessarily need to read it though, right, Rob? Okay. If there's anything else, any public comment on that? Okay. Entertain a motion then to approve the agreement with Boone County concerning the fire training facility.
I make a motion.
We have a motion to approve as presented from Alan and a second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that is approved. All right, and finally here under new business, we have a resolution 2026-01 concerning the Linder property, or Linder property up on 300 North. Essentially what this is a uniform offer letter. As we know, the state is planning, or the IEDC in the state, however you want to phrase it, is planning a widening expansion of County Road 300 North to going from the 2 lanes currently to essentially a 4-lane. And Kevin, if you want to jump up here too, you could touch on that. Essentially fully built roadway, curb and gutter, all that stuff. Part of that is getting right of way for that road. Now the road is going north. So kind of the current, if you can imagine the current 2 lanes are there, that would become the essentially eastbound lanes, and then the westbound lanes would be north of the current roadbed. So the IDC owns all the other property along 300, or we've been given the right of way already for other developments that are happening that have planned for this, except for this the Linder property. So essentially, what tonight is a resolution to essentially begin the process of the city trying to acquire that right of way to begin that to construct that road. And I missed, Kevin, or should add to that?
No, I think you covered it pretty well. Again, this is just a resolution to authorize the use of eminent domain if needed. It's not necessarily at that point, but we're close to it. The state has been operating in good faith, trying to acquire a portion of this piece of land for some time. And this is the next option that we may need to go to.
And just to clarify too, the resolution generally contemplates to the city council will require action to authorize an eminent domain as well. This typically been our pattern. It would just come from the Board of Works. So, but it just kind of said this is starting essentially there's been discussions trying to figure out a price. Those have kind of stalled, so to speak. And so this is the kind of the beginning of the formal process to try to get, find the proper terms for the property owner. Okay. Any questions on that for Rob or me?
My only question is, Kevin, how long will we try to negotiate with the owner before we move to condemnation?
How long have we, or how long will we? I'm sorry.
Well, what do we usually do in that, period?
I think at this point, what typically will happen is the buyers I should also clarify that an eminent domain action does not mean that the lenders would not be compensated for their property. They're still compensated.
Yeah.
All that this does is it's a mechanism that's provided in state code that allows municipalities to force the sale and the purchase of land for public purposes, usually for roads or utilities or other infrastructure pieces. So that's what this is. I think we've been working with them for probably the better part of a year. I think that what they will do at this point now is probably let them know that we've made this step, that we're prepared to go to that mechanism if we need to, and see if they want to consider recent options or negotiate further on that price.
And I would just add that the next step, if the board would approve it, would authorize the mayor to work with legal counsel, and then we would formalize a uniform acquisition offer, and then they would have 30 days to consider that. So from a timing standpoint, that's what we're looking at. As I understand it from the state, there's a lot of need for this right of way, and the city already has the right of way west of their property. So this is an east, and so this is
to the west is also owned by the IEDC. To the east, there are other development projects that have already, they've not dedicated the right of way yet, but they've already made commitments to dedicate those rights of way as part of their projects.
It's kind of the last piece.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
So
I just,
it's never a fun thing we want to do. And I think the state's really been working with them in good faith on it. But at some point we can't have a road that's 4 lanes and then go to 2 lanes and back to 4 lanes after 500 feet. So,
Wouldn't be safe.
okay. Any questions on that? I'll have Rob read the resolution. Rob?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Board. I'll hit the highlights. I know we talked through it, but this resolution 2026-01, again, authorizes certain condemnation actions. And this board the public is defined in here as the Public Works and Safety Board or the board. It recognizes that eminent domain is a legal option for obtaining property, and the board has authority to condemn property for any public use pursuant to Indiana law. The city and the board seek to expand the roadway capacity of certain portions of County Road 300 North, and that's set forth in Exhibit A, defined as a property, and this board wishes to commence any proceedings as necessary or appropriate under Indiana law to acquire the property in order to commence and complete the construction of County Road 300 North expansion project. So this body authorizes the mayor and the city attorney to proceed forward, if necessary, with eminent domain under Indiana code. And as you'll note in paragraph 2, to the extent necessary, the board authorizes the city attorney at the mayor's discretion to file an action. All this is provided that the council of the city council, similarly approves the filing of such action. So,
on Exhibit B, the road name is 375 North, and I know it should be 300 North. So I don't know if we want to, I don't know. In the document itself at the bottom, it says 300 North. But I just wonder if we shouldn't cross that out and make that change.
Kevin, correct me if I'm that it is 375, right?
No, it is 300 north.
300 North.
I think this is really probably call it a scrivener's error because there were acquisitions on 375 that did not reach the level of eminent domain, but that's probably why. It's probably a holdover. The heading of the drawing does properly list the address, but the label in the drawing says 375.
I just thought we ought to make that change.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you could probably cover that with the subject to legal review provisions of the resolution.
Or we can make a motion to
we can
amend
clean it up.
Exhibit B.
Yep.
Okay. Questions? Good catch, Dick. I didn't catch that. Anything else on that? Then I'll take a motion to amend Exhibit B to reflect the proper road name of 300 North, not 375 North. Sorry.
I'll make that motion that we amend resolution 2026-01 to identify the road number, right?
Motion approved. Is there a second? Or excuse me, motion to amend. Apologies. Motion to amend. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor to amend, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that is now amended. Any further discussion on the resolution as amended? Public comment concerning this resolution? Okay, entertain a motion to approve resolution 2026-01 as amended.
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution number 2026-01 as amended.
There we go. Motion to approve as amended. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Thank you, board. All right, that concludes what I have for new business. Anything from the board? Okay. With that, move on to claims. Entertain a motion concerning the claims.
Make a motion, we approve the claims.
Motion to approve the claims. Is there a second? Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, claims are approved. All right, any announcements or discussion? We have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, our next Board Works meeting will be April 13th at 5:30 PM. We are adjourned.